Right, so last night I wrapped all of this, put too much aluminium foil on it, tucked it away and put the airbox in, which is probably what you watched on this video about 30 seconds ago. Now it's the next evening and I wrapped this up, and I think I've done it so tight when I was wrapping it round here and forcing this reel through there. I think it's pulled so hard on the actual wiring, on the connections, that it's actually pulled a connection apart, which is stopping the spotlight at the front there working. And I think the headlight connections are actually round the wrong way. Easy mistake. There was no... There it is. There it is. Found the beginning. That's the main thing. Yeah, with the headlamp there was no instructions, so it was... Well, it was make it up as you go along, which I did. And I think I've got it wrong. Ah, yes. Pull the wire completely out. Well, I'm glad it's here and not further up the loom, because that would have been a nightmare. Because the old airbox is quite tight to get in there now with all the cables and wires underneath it, so I say I'm quite glad about that. Right, who's who here? It's rather loose. Let's make that not so loose. Right, let's try the old headlight again. Hopefully now it will give me a straight line on the shoe. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. That's high beam, which is just a big spread of light, and that is a nice straight line on the door. That's better. And then I can put my... Oh, it's turned it off. There we go. I can put my little spotlight on as well, and I can have it flashing. Enough gets you through the traffic, honestly. They make way. It's probably illegal. There you go. A yellow light and a white light. And a proper high beam light. That's better. That's better. Right, so now that can be rewrapped a little bit more carefully than last time. And then I can start looking at placing it. Oh, move over, bike. That's better. Right, yes, I can wrap that up properly now and cable tie it in place so it's not in the way of the steering stops. So I've got free steering because it's a bit susceptible to being squashed at the moment. I'm certainly glad it's not up inside under here, and I had to take the airbox out again because that was that's a bit of a pig. Well, saying that, it might be easier the more times you do it. I just don't want to do it a lot of times. To be sure, to be sure. Bit of tightening. It's better. I'm like a professional motorbike electrician now. Well, except for the electrician part. Well, apart from the professional and the electrician part. Well, apart from the biker and the electrician and the professional. But apart from that, that's me, innit, blood? Right, so that's the loom redone. I'll get the radiator out of the way. The steering goes on the stops, both sides. A little bit of crushing the wire, but it'll break it in, won't it? The speedo cable still needs tucking out the way, but I've got to take the light frame off, light bracket off, and paint it up. Obviously sand it down because it's already getting a surface rust on it. Yeah, and then paint that up. That will probably just be hammerite, to be honest, because I'm still undecided. It does look a bit willocky wallocky. See if it goes through the MOT really. Speed sensor is fixed. Not beautiful, but fixed, and obviously the cable runs around the fork, which I don't like. Once I do the mudguard, it'll go up the leg of the mudguard and then round, and it'll be a lot neater than it is. Don't really know what to do with this at the moment. What else got to do? Yeah, paint the frame, and then I can fit all that properly and tidy the cables up even more. It definitely needs a mudguard. That doesn't look right without a mudguard, I don't think. Airbox is back in, filters on. You've seen the fuse box is in. I've still got to hold that down. Yeah, that's in. Still got to hold that down properly. What else? Got to put the radiator back into place. Now the wires are finished with, I can tuck that back in. Hopefully. It's looking a lot tighter than it was. And then obviously the oil cooler will go back in place. And I've got the R&G radiator and oil cooler guards to go on, so they'll go on. Give it a bit of protection while it hasn't got a mud guard. And then I think I'm ready to book it in for an MOT, because the MOT ran out the other day, so first trip is to the MOT station. But yes, it'd be nice to be on the 1000 again, that's for sure. And then it's, as I say, the mudguard needs building, header tank needs moving. I might get that done over the weekend, to be fair. Hoping to get it all done. Hoping for my other horn to turn up as well, because that really isn't that loud. Is it this button? Bit pathetic. 1000cc bike. I don't think it's going to sound like that, do you? Even if I have to put massive air horns on top of the new mudguard. Now there's an idea. But that's it for tonight. All I wanted to do was find out where the breakage was that was stopping the small light coming on, the spotlight coming on. Did that, swapped the wires over for the headlight, and that's now working brilliantly. Obviously not set properly, it's probably a bit too high, the beam, but that's easily done by moving the screws. I will have a look at what height it needs to be and probably draw something on the shed door or something to be able to eyeball it. But no, that's enough for tonight. That's what was that, about 3/4 an hour to an hour messing about with that. Good enough. Yeah, we're definitely on the stops, that's the main thing. And there you go, there's the update. Wiring nearly complete. Well, is it complete? Yeah, the wiring's complete. Just got to, once I've painted this frame, I can fix the wiring back properly and put the lid on the filter, the airbox, and get the tank down. The tank hasn't been down for months now. I mean, look at the state of it. Oh my God. Uh-oh, the boss is calling. Uh-oh, boss. Well, that's some more time in the shed well spent. Till next time, ride safe.